Hi guys, so I'm back. It's been a while since I filmed a video. Main reason is I just haven't had money to make any purchases, haven't bought anything new. But what I have been doing is I've been going to a lot of different perfume stores, a lot of other shops as well, testing perfume. Just been a little bit busy, but I have been trying new fragrances. So I could make some list videos, except I really don't want to do that because I see a lot of other YouTubers doing that and it does get annoying. Like, I could be like, top 10 best this. So, I might make an exception for one of those videos, like maybe the best new fragrances or the worst new fragrances, or something along the lines of that. But for now, these are just my favorite new ones that I've tried. So out of everything that I've gone to the store and tried, these will be obviously the favorite ones that I've tried since my last video. So let's get into the video and start the list off with a fragrance by Kenneth Cole. This is called Mankind, and this is not a new fragrance at all. This is actually a cheapie. I tried this at Chemist Warehouse. A very soapy shower gel like fragrance, so you are gonna get a lot of that like fresh soapy smell in here. And a few of the notes that I'll go over is pineapple, cardamom, tarragon, ginger, wood, oak moss, and cinnamon. Um, so it is cheapy. The performance isn't that great, but it does smell really good, and I like those fresh shower gel soapy type scents. So if you want a nice cheapie, I think this is underrated. It's called Mankind by Kenneth Cole. So the next is by Guerlain, and this is Angelique Noir. Also, not a new fragrance at all, but it just took me a while to try it. And this is a vanilla scent, a little bit more on the feminine side, I think, but completely unisex still. I just say that because it's powdery, musky vanilla with some florals in there. I think pear, jasmine, angelica, and caraway. So caraway is a nice kind of sweet spice. And then it's got the florals in there. It's got that powderiness from the angelica. A little bit fruity from the pear. But mainly this is just going to be like a powdery, musky vanilla. So if you like vanillas as much as I do, this is a really good vanilla scent. And yeah, not a new fragrance, a little bit more on the expensive side, but it does smell really good. I recommend this one for women, but also guys should totally wear it as well. So the next is Tonkazua by Gallagher. I think it's by Gallagher Fragrances, but Tonkazua. This is fruity, musky, and very sweet, but it does smell really good. So this has got blueberry, blackcurrant, iris, tonka, champagne, musk, jasmine, and a few other notes in there, but they're the main ones. I really like the fruity, musky sweetness you get in here. So I've been really gravitating a lot towards fruity fragrances. Well, I've always liked fruity fragrances, but a lot more of the niche kind of ones. So getting more into niche now and just trying to like get away from designer fragrances. As much as I love designer fragrances, I still think designer fragrances are better than most niche, which is a controversial opinion, but I'll save that for another discussion. The main reason I'm just avoiding designers is just because everyone wears them, and the only reason for me to get a niche is just to smell a little bit different, something that no one else is really wearing. So Tonkajua, I like this fragrance. It's not like that groundbreaking or unique. It just smells really good. So I know this is a good compliment fragrance. It's something that I really feel like wearing. Sweet, musky, fruity, floral, really addictive scent. And I know like girls are liking it. It's unisex. Girls can wear it. Probably I see girls wearing it more, or like I could imagine girls would be wearing it more, is what I should have said. Anyway, next fragrance is Sea Breeze, and this is by a brand called By Bozo. This has starfruit, pomelo, sea salt, mineral notes, tiar flower, citrus, and something else in there. But this starts off like a little bit citrusy and salty, a lot in that aquatic realm, and then it does get a little bit fruity. It's got some of those tiar flower in there as well, but I really like the salty, fruity, aquatic smell in this. You could probably say it's a blue fragrance, but I do consider this a fruity, aquatic fragrance. So that's personally what I gravitate to the most, is like the aquatic freshies and the fruity fragrances. And it's just great when you have the best of both worlds in one fragrance. So Sea Breeze by a brand called By Bozo. Also a really nice underrated fragrance. I reckon more people should try this one. So next is another fruity one by a brand called Jazil, and this is WID. W-I-D, or WID. It's got melon, mango, magnolia, jasmine, musk. They're like the main notes. And again, it's another fruity fragrance. This one's a little bit more fresher than like Tonka Jour and stuff like that. But again, I've just been getting into a lot of these fruity fragrances. So a lot of the ones on this list are going to be more fruity fragrances, the ones that I've liked the most, that I've tried recently. So this is probably the most expensive out of all the ones on the list. I think Jazil WID. It is niche. Maybe for a fruity fragrance like this, you don't want to pay above $400. So I think this is over $400. It is quite expensive, but it does smell really good, and it's one of those long performers. So this is going to actually last a very long time. So the price, you may justify it. I do think this is well balanced as well. So the quality and the balance is definitely noticeable here. For the price, you can notice a big improvement in quality with the fruit, the flowers. It's balanced very well, lasts a very long time. So good fragrance, also very underrated. Next is called Cocoa Cocktails by Scent Journey. Feel the notes: banana, rum, whiskey, pina colada, violet, musk, and cacao. So with the pina colada kind of note, you do get a lot of that pineapple, lime, coconut type of smell in there. The alcohol actually isn't that noticeable, so it's not going to be like a very gross rum you smell. It's more like a pina colada, for example, like a very tropical drink, something like that. Like it's a very tropical smelling fragrance, something you'd want to drink and eat. This is just really fresh. It just gives you an island type of vibe just smelling it. So if you really like tropical fragrances, I think this is probably one of the most underrated out there right now. Scent Journey, probably haven't even heard of that brand before, but they do have some bangers. Like Cocoa Cocktails is one of them. Yeah, I reckon give this one a try. It's actually not too sweet either. Like you would think, because it's got banana and stuff and cacao, you would assume that the cacao would be bitter, or the banana would make it like too sweet, but it's actually not at all. You get a lot of that violet with the pina colada smell. So the pina colada is there in the opening, and then the violet and the musk and stuff come out a little bit more in a dry down, but it remains a very tropical, fresh, lime, pineapple, coconutty type scent. So it's really nice, this one. Next is Christian Provenzo. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but this is called Rocca, R-O-C-C-A. A few of the notes are raspberry, rose, peony, saffron, musk, and caramel. So fruity, floral, musky once again, but this is just a little bit different. This is more red fruits, a little bit darker, a little bit more dense and heavy. I think the florals in here really do balance out the raspberry and stuff very well. So saffron and raspberry and rose and that, I think that's a pretty common combination, is like rose, saffron. but it doesn't smell like anything else you've tried. So immediately you'll smell this fragrance and you'll be like, okay, like it's a unique smell. Despite not having the most unique notes, it is unique in scent. Like, doesn't smell like anything else. So that's a positive, but it is more on the sweet, musky side, a little bit darker, more of a wintry scent. The opening, I believe, may be a little bit scratchy or rough, but that does actually soften out a lot. So the dry down is pretty much where this one shines the most. Really nice dry down. And oh yeah, some of that rose and peony coming out a little bit more in the dry down as well, but not like in a an overly feminine way or a mature way. This is like a very I would say unisex once again, because I do believe guys can wear this one despite having rose and peony in there. I think it doesn't smell like too feminine. It does smell quite unisex. Okay, so next is Juliet Has a Gun. This is called Pear Ink. Obviously, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of this fragrance, or at least heard of the brand. Juliet Has a Gun. I think it's a pretty mainstream brand. You'll find it in like Mecca or David Jones, and like most perfume stores should have this one. But what I like about it is just the fruity pear note. I do like fruity scents. So this is just pretty much very linear. It's got pear, ambroxan, and musk. That's pretty much what's listed in the notes. And that's kind of like why I like it as well, because it's very simple. Sometimes you want a very simple linear fragrance. This one's more on the feminine side once again. I don't know why, but pear does come across a little bit more feminine when it's used in the fragrance. Something to do with the pear compound, whatever perfume ingredient they use for pear. Obviously, it's not realistic pear, but it just smells a little bit more feminine. But I like it because compared to all the other pear fragrances out there, this is just pear. It doesn't have the added florals and stuff in there to like go completely feminine direction. So I think this one stays within the realm of being more unisex as well. So guys can wear this one just because it doesn't have like all the other florals to make this one too feminine. But again, it's not like masculine either. So I like this one just because it's fruity, simple, linear, and sometimes that's what you want. So next is also Juliet Has a Gun, but this one's Ego Stratis, however you pronounce that. It's got citrus, cologne, peach, blueberry, ambroxan, musk, and sea notes. So this one's actually a little bit more unisex or on the more masculine side. Well, I won't say masculine, but this one guys will probably want to wear a lot more than the Pear Ink. So this one being a little bit more aquatic, a little bit more interesting with some citrus, the musk, the ambroxan, the cologne. I think the cologne does help with that like aquatic style feel with this one, even though when you smell it, it doesn't come across as like an aquatic fragrance. It's still very much fruity, musky, citrusy, like pretty much what you would expect from a blue fragrance. But at the same time, this is like, it's hard to explain. It's also like nothing groundbreaking, even though the notes would suggest it's like more interesting, but it's not. It's like a fruity, aquatic, blue fragrance in the same style that I do like. So give this one a try if you can, but the performance is not very good, so it doesn't last a very long time. That's the only downside. But you want something that no one else is really wearing. I don't really think many people are wearing this fragrance, despite the brand being sold in a lot of stores. I don't smell it on really anyone. I don't hear anyone really talking about it either. So Ego Stratis, I'm just going to put it in this list because I think if you want that fruity aquatic fragrance that no one's really talking about, still remain a little bit different, then give this one a try. So the last one before I end the video is obviously probably the most popular one that people are talking about. It's Chanel's Allure Homme Superleggera, or Leggera, however you pronounce that. But this one I did try in stores and I loved it. It's got some mixed reviews. It's got a little bit polarizing in the community, but I think that's just nonsense, honestly. I think that's just people comparing it to all the other Allure Hommes. So if you compare it to all the other Chanel fragrances, obviously the quality of the other Chanel fragrances is much better. But they've tried to do something a little bit different. This smells like a mix of all different Allure Hommes. Yeah, so you get the Edition Blanche. You pick out the wood, the musk, and the citrus from the Edition Blanche, but then you make it more smooth and creamy like the original Allure Homme has. Like you take that creaminess from the original Allure Homme and smooth it out a little bit, and so it's like smooth, but then it's got that freshness and the musky woodiness from the Edition Blanche. It's like a combination of those. The dry down surprisingly changes a lot as well. So the dry down gives you a little bit more of a ambroxan, Dylan Blue type of smell. So you get the ambroxan, you get like this cypriol oil or papyrus type of smell in the dry down, which I personally do like. I forgot to mention some of the notes. Some of the notes are cedar, citrus, patchouli, and musk. And the citrus, like I said, it's more of like the lemon, grapefruit or lemon, rather than the mandarin that they use in other Allure Hommes. So a little bit fresher than the mandarin or the orange. Still very bright, vibrant. I've heard people kind of say it's like cleaning products, but I don't really get that. I think that Chanel have always had pretty good quality fragrances, and I don't think this is like a bad quality fragrance. I just think the quality isn't as good as like what is it? The original Allure Homme, or like even some of the other Allure Homme Sports. But also, this is quite minty as well. I didn't mention that, but I do believe there's probably mint in here. Mint's not listed on the notes, but it's in some of the other Allure Hommes, like the O Extreme. So I do get some mint, like at least on paper. When I sprayed it on paper, I was getting this mintiness as well. So what I like about this, it's a hybrid of pretty much all the other Allure Hommes. You're not going to get really anything too different than the other Allure Hommes. But if you can't decide, which Allure Homme to get, why not just get this? Because it's a hybrid of pretty much everything. You get the best of all worlds. There you get the mint from the O Extreme. You get the citrus, the musk, the wood from the Edition Blanche. You get the smooth creaminess from the original Allure Homme. You get that same kind of feel in this one fragrance. So I like it, despite being polarizing, controversial, mixed opinions. I believe most people are going to like this scent anyway. So people hate on it. I don't understand the hate, really. Just people like to nitpick, and there's plenty of worse fragrances out there. This is one of the better releases that came out. Yes, I've tried pretty much everything that's came out recently. That's why I want to make a video like the worst fragrances I've tried. So maybe that will be a next video to come out soon. Worst fragrances I've tried recently. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to end the video here. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Have a good day. And also there's another 2 parts to this video I got to make as well, because I tried to just stick with 10 fragrances for this one video, but I got another 20 fragrances I got to talk about in other videos as well. So I'm going to release this in maybe like 3 parts, and we'll do 10 fragrances per video. Unless I go and try more fragrances, then there'll be more parts in the future. So for now, 3 parts, 30 fragrances to talk about. Yeah, so look forward to my next video coming out soon, whenever I make it. Okay, so yeah, peace out, guys. Have a good day.